From Concord originally? From Concord originally. And he's still fucking here, baby. Please make it very loud for the very funny Robert Keith.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good luck for Dan. All right, Concord. This is fucking fun. Anybody else having deja vu right now? No. Yeah. I love Concord. I'm from here. I always find it funny when you talk to somebody who's not from around here and they'll be like, well, how far is San Francisco from Concord? I'm like, Concord, that's not how we pronounce it. We're not that sophisticated, okay? Right? Say it like you've done meth at least a few times. Concord! I've done meth a few times. Recovering addict here, got about 2.5 years clean. Give it up for that. Yeah. Now, what a lot of people don't know about meth, the appeal of meth is that it blocks feelings. You don't have to really feel anything when you're on meth. So that's why people who do meth do meth. That's why I was doing meth. I didn't want to feel things. But after time, I learned that there's something that you stop feeling if you're a guy, if you're on meth. Yeah, boners. Boners become a victim of the drug. That's not really fun when you're still trying to get laid and paying hookers even when you know you can't get it up. Meth is a hell of a drug, people. Let me tell you. But the cool thing about it is when you get clean, like I did, and the first boner you get when you're clean is like the first boner you ever got. It is a fucking rocket ship launching hurtful boner that needs to be taken care of soon. Okay? So like I said, I've been clean for about 2.5 years, and I'm not embarrassed to admit it, I haven't really even been laid yet. Okay? So what I'm saying is, if there's any single ladies here who want to get wrecked by my brand new non-meth boner, hit me up after the show because it's starting to hurt. Okay? It's really starting to hurt. I have a stupid name, guys. My full name is Robert John Keith. The whitest, crunchiest name you'll ever hear. And I'm not even done yet. My full name is Robert John Keith the Third. So I have 3 first names and I'm the third. Like my parents thought I was going to be some high-class hoity-toity motherfucker, right? So they named me the Third. They were just stoned. There's no effort in that. Why do you do stand-up comedy, Robert? Because my daddy didn't love me and he gave me his stupid fucking name, right? When I was in 3rd grade, I moved from South San Francisco to Concord. I was the new kid in class in the middle of 3rd grade. The teacher was introducing me. She said, oh, your name's Robert. Well, that's interesting. Do you want to go by Robert? Do you want to go by Robbie? Do you want to go by Rob? Do you want to go by Bobby? Do you want to go by Bob? I'm like, Bob? That's my dad's name. My dad's hella cool. I didn't know what an asshole he was yet. Right? So I'm like, wait a minute. I'm 8 and I can literally be Bob? And I made the worst decision I've ever made in my fucking life, and I decided to go by Bob in 3rd grade. You guys ever met a 3rd grader named Bob? Nobody ever said hi to me like sincerely. It was always, hi Bob! Like they just wanted to say my name sarcastically. They didn't care that I was actually Bob. It was like, hey, there's Bob, let's go make fun of him because his name is Bob. Bob. It's not even a name, it's a sound. You know what I mean? I ran into somebody that I went to high school with. I ran into him here actually at the bowling alley. And they came up to me, they were like, hey Bob, what's up? How you doing? They were actually kind of sincere with that. And I was like, dude, nobody calls me that anymore. He's like, okay, Robert. Like, why are you sarcastically making fun of my real name? Like, Robert is my actual name. Why are you like, okay, Robert? Because I guess I'm still Bob, no matter what. Then I ran into another friend not long ago, and they came up to me and they recognized me from high school, and they were like, is your name Bob? Like they were asking me if my name was Bob, but they were asking me if my name was actually Bob. Like, would you really call yourself that? Okay, that's enough about Bob. What about Bob? Baby steps, Bob, baby steps. I'm not gonna ever say Bob again.
Bob's a great name.
Stop ruining my joke. Thank you. Bob is a horrible. Well, your grandpa was a cool dude. I'm not. So, no, I'm cool. I'm alright. I'm going to talk about my dick for a second, okay? Is that cool? Right on. So I'm really bad with women, okay? I get shot down a lot. It's gotten so bad. I'm expecting rejection at every turn. When I go home and feel like jerking off, I've started asking my dick if it's okay first. feel like I got an awe over here. A little sympathy awe. It's sweet. That's the first and last time anybody's ever gonna say that about this joke. That it's sweet. But it's the Me Too era, right? So that's why I'm doing it, because Louis C.K. got in some trouble for asking women if he could jerk off in front of them. And I don't want to get in trouble at all, so I'm asking my dick, because my dick is me too. That's my clever joke. Yeah, okay, give it up for that. Applause break, thank you. Keep it going. Yes, I love it. I like movies a lot. I'm that annoying friend that will repeat movie lines in front of you for no reason, but I like to do it when it makes sense. Okay, so for example, whenever I ask somebody a question and somebody else in the room starts to answer it, I can be all like, I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. Like I'm Samuel Jackson in Pulp Fiction. It fucking makes sense, right? Or when I'm driving down the freeway and I feel like going really fast, okay, and I get in between 85 and 90, I can be all like, what did I tell you? 88 miles per hour! And I'm by myself, so it makes sense to me, at least, right? But there's this one movie where there's this movie line that I think it's the best acting you've ever seen. It's in The Matrix. This guy is playing Cypher. His name is Cypher. He's a bad guy. And he's talking to Trinity, who's in The Matrix with Neo. And he's telling her to look at Neo and tell him if Neo is the one. Because he's about to kill Neo, okay? So he goes, because how could he be the one if he's dead? I'm like, that is some fucking cool acting. I hope I can use that line in a real life situation someday and have it make sense. Well, guess what? I was arguing with this chick that I owe money to. She said I owe her $100. I said her 80. I said I owe her 80. We were fighting. I called her a bitch. She got really mad at me. She said, you know what, Robert? You're dead to me. I said, oh, that's interesting. If I'm dead to you, then guess what? I don't owe you any money, because how can I pay you back if I'm dead? So I got to use that movie line in a real situation, and it gave me kind of a boner. I'm gonna close out with, I kind of miss Trump a little bit, I'll admit it. Only because I do a pretty good impression of him, and you guys are gonna be like, your life is gonna change after this. So let's all just imagine for a moment that we live in a parallel universe, okay? And in this universe, Darth Vader is also Donald Trump, okay? Here's how that would go. We're gonna build a star, people. It's gonna be a really deathy star. There's gonna be so much death on the star, we're gonna get tired of killing people. Nobody knows more about killing people than me. Look at the COVID numbers. I've killed a lot of people. A lot of people say, Darth Donald, how are you gonna pay for this Death Star? Well, I'll tell you who's gonna pay for it, okay? The Ewoks, okay? Because when they send the Ewoks from Endor to Tatooine, they're not sending the best Ewoks. They're sending murdering Ewoks. They murdered my stormtroopers in Return of the Jedi with logs and rocks. Here are some bad hombre Ewoks, and we've got to figure out what the hell's going on with them before we can do anything about it. And the other thing, I hate sand. We've got to get rid of all the sand on Tatooine. It's coarse, it's rough, it gets everywhere. We have to get rid of all the sand on Tatooine. And a lot of people say, Darth Donald, your daughter Leia, she's so hot. I must admit, for being the only woman in the galaxy, she's quite sexy. Perhaps if she wasn't my daughter, I'd be Darthing her. Big, long Darthing. And the cool thing about being a Sith is with the women, you can walk up right to them, force grab them by the pussy. They don't even care, because you're a Sith. Just force grab all the women by the pussy. I can do it to any of the ladies right now. I've got the force flowing in me right now. And the other thing about the force, people say, Darth Donald, it's bad to be on the dark side of the force. Come back to the light. Well, here's the thing, people. There's very fine people on both sides of the force. Very fine people on both sides of the force. And I've also heard a rumor that Han Solo, people are saying Han Solo's a hero. Han Solo's not a hero, folks. He's only a hero because I captured him, turned him over to Jabba the Hutt, and he was frozen in carbonite. I prefer heroes that weren't frozen in carbonite, okay? And I'll leave you with this. I don't even know Emperor Putin, never heard of him, never talked to him. But if he was here right now, I would say, what is thy bidding, master? I have really bad cotton mouth, I apologize. You guys have been great, thank you very much.
Robert, John, Keith, Thomas, Richie, Cody, Dan, Michael, Michelle. Keep it going for Bob, everybody. Say, good job, Bob!